Thank you very much. So I was told before I get started, I'm supposed to take a picture of the audience because we never have a great picture of all our staff in the same place. So this is an amateur version. So if you see yourself on the website doing something that you think like, my God Almighty, why did I do that? Don't blame it on me, you did it. So thank you very much, Dr. Wood, for getting us organized and getting us started. And let me pause for a moment to recognize some individuals who are here, members of our Board of Education. I'm just going to ask them just to stand and wave briefly. We have here Mrs. Deanna Stevenson, Mr. Bill Casey, Mrs. Christina Rajat, and Mrs. Mary Blaber. As usual, thank you very much for your service. I know for the last 12 years, at least 2 of you have been there for 10 of the 12, and your service to this community is invaluable, so thank you very much for your service. Speaking of service, and I may embarrass some people who may choose not to stand, we have some individuals who will be writing that last chapter of their careers here at Shen upon retirement. So at this point, I would like to ask those individuals who are scheduled to retire at any year, please stand so we can applaud you. All our intended colleagues. Thank you all very much, and truly, it sounds cliché when we say people are difference makers, but you truly are difference makers, and we appreciate you spending your career, if not all of it, a good portion of it here at Shen. This one, I'm going to center my comments around our district mission statement. And ironically, it's a statement that we live by, but many people probably have never actually read it. And so I thought about that, and actually I was somewhat inspired by 2 colleagues here, and they'll be a little bit embarrassed for me to call them out, but I told them I wouldn't, which means I would. I was spending some time talking to Jim Ward and Brian Clausen, and we were just talking about values and beliefs and why we do the things that we do. And then it dawned on me, why do we do the things that we do here as a school district? What's our mission? What's our purpose? And so to Jim Ward and Brian Clausen, thanks for the inspiration. Hopefully you're in this room. Are you guys here, right? In the back corner hiding. Thank you guys, appreciate it very much. And the reason why I want to focus on our mission statement, because embedded in our district's mission statement is a keen charge to ensure that all students, with the emphasis on all, develop and demonstrate the knowledge, skills, and character needed to live useful, productive, and rewarding lives. That's our mission statement. Our work starts and ends with the values and beliefs about the provision of quality learning experiences for our students. So as we endeavor, or should I say, assertively pursue, to ensure that the educational journey is a priority, we must ask ourselves some key questions. 1, do our structures and practices here at Shen promote the development of the various talents of all students? Again, with the emphasis on all. How much does our personal and professional biases impact how we engage with students and expectations we have for their success? In other words, how culturally proficient are we? And let me put this in a perspective. By stepping out of the context of education, and if I was the CEO of a major investment banking firm, In discussing this topic with a room full of investors and shareholders, I would say something like this. In this flattened global landscape, it's vital to our continued competitiveness that we simultaneously engage in rigorous top-down and bottom-up approaches to search out opportunities through every emerging market cycle. We must engage in long and short-term approaches in pursuit of alpha, a positive return on investment, across countries, currencies, industries, and sectors. Diversity is essential to our success and sustainability. That's the name of the game in business and industry. The pursuit of alpha, a positive return on investment, across countries, currencies, industries, and sectors. Uncorking emerging markets. Because the reality is that once obscure countries are now the linchpins to economic success. So why is that important to us? Why is it important to you, to our work as proponents for quality schools, to our work as advocates for children? Well, the reality is that the success of business and industry all starts here in our schools. It all starts here in our classrooms. The success and failure of our students in an increasingly diverse global landscape is highly contingent upon what we do as leaders for learning. What we do as leaders for learning. And that statement isn't new. And it certainly shouldn't be shocking to you. Because we know intimately that the K-12 experience is the pillar, the foundation, and the springboard to success into adulthood. We know that. The twist here, though, is that now more than ever, we must be assertive, more strategic, and more intentional. We must engage in emerging tactics because we cannot address tomorrow's dilemmas with yesterday's solutions. The paradigm has shifted. Our approaches must change. Here at Shan, we are in pursuit of the alpha, a positive experience for every student, academically, socially, emotionally, psychologically. As a learning community, we are in fact already being more intentional about matters of cultural proficiency. Here are a few examples to accentuate the point. Last week, I attended the high school day of dialogue, having almost 20 students and 20 staff members engaged in thoughtful dialogue about the strength of their differences and formulating steps to make a positive impact on the school experience. Or attending a transportation safety meeting last spring, where more than 200 transportation personnel were engaged in conversation about transgenderism. Or hearing about a single teacher. Sometimes we think large group of people have to make a difference, but sometimes a single individual can make a huge difference. Or hearing about a single teacher appealing to administration to have school menus indicating when a meal includes pork in order to eliminate confusion among students from cultures in which pork isn't eaten. And even structurally, we have done things as a school system. And ironically, I got a grapevine yesterday, and I thought, wow, somebody must have a preview of my speech. Because the grapevine was actually an interesting question. And the grapevine was, why are we sorting data by race? And would you, Dr. Robinson, want to know that your child is being identified by her race? And my comment is absolutely yes. Because one of the things that we need to do, we need to ensure that when we look at our students, we're not making assumptions about students, but we know how students perform. And we disaggregate the data so we can identify if there are in fact discrimination that's occurring simply because of race, social, economics, or otherwise. Systematically, we need to unpack the data to understand our students, so therefore we can address their needs even better. Another example, talking about systematic change. Our librarians, who are reviewing their collections to ensure that literature reflects the various cultures within our schools. Or in fact, that we're looking at discipline data and asking ourselves, why do certain kids from certain backgrounds and certain ethnicities get suspended for certain things while others don't for the same exact things? Asking ourselves those very key questions and having honest conversations about solutions. And the point of these examples, and there are many, many more that I could illustrate, to talk about how we as a system, we're trying to foster and facilitate schools and classrooms environments of inclusivity and empowerment for our students. And that's what today's session is about furthering our understanding of cultural proficiency. Because as a school district, we individually and collectively must engage in culturally inclusive strategy, reflecting our increasingly changing society and global footprint. Last night I was at the library, public library here, Clifton Park Halfman Library. Our CAP teams put on a workshop called Reality. What was the name of it, Judy? Real Talk. Judy Burnett was there. Asked a great question. Stop me in public. Thank you, Judy. Just a joke. Our students put on a real Talk diversity program. And I sat back and thought about that and think about how our demographics have changed as a community, as a school. And a gentleman asked a question, Dr. Robinson, with all the changing paradigm and changing, what changes are you making as a system? Are you still teaching social studies the same way I learned it when I went to Shannon? And unfortunately, I probably said, yeah, probably more than not. Are you still teaching math? I was like, no, math has changed, because trust me, the new math, as parents would call it, has changed. And so the point of this is that, guess what? Our demographics is changing. The needs of our children are changing. And as a system, we must change. Because our strength rests in our differences. And a culturally inclusive strategy calls for intentional interruption. And that notion of intentional interruption means moving away from trying to compel assimilation and preserving the status quo, to encouraging uniqueness and accentuating the variations in cultures and customs that walk through our hallways and sit in the seats in our classrooms. In doing so, we must ensure that we are connecting our commitment to excellence to our changing demographics. It's about all students and not some students. And while those phrases, nice catchy phrases, culturally inclusive strategy, intentional interruption, nice catchy phrases, in some ways easy to grasp, but the reality of it is the work is challenging. The work is challenging. It will challenge all of us to change our mindset, all of us to shift our mental paradigms. The work is challenging. It's challenging because it requires all of us to have honest introspection, looking at ourselves and asking ourselves, what can I do differently to make an even more positive difference for the students that we serve? It requires us having earnest conversations with peers and parents and students alike to understand, not to judge, but to understand our differences. And it's easier said than done, because the reality is that, you know what? Most people's pursuits are often very selfish. Most people's pursuits are, I fight for this because there's something to gain for me. However, when you shift gears and go to a culturally inclusive strategy, it goes from I fight for me versus I fight for this because we're all better off. Dr. Wood mentioned it. It's about putting social justice as a priority and equity at the apex and simple kindness as a guiding principle for interacting. Mary Potter is somewhere in this room. When she was at Orangen, they started a random act of kindness initiative. And that thing made such a huge difference in our community. Because all those grumpy people who walked around, woke up every day mad at the world, realized that guess what? If you simply take that intentional step to be kind, life is much, much better. And so it starts with each of us as individuals, because the reality is that we all bring certain biases to the table. Be it intentional or unintentional. Those things are either hurtful or helpful. We all bring different experiences and expectations to our interactions. And the irony is, oftentimes, things are done almost unconsciously. We just do things. And the perfect example of that was this morning. I got in my car on my way to the district office and realized, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be at high school because my car is on autopilot. Just drive to the DO. We do often do things without even thinking about them. And so this whole point about this is how can we ensure that we fight against succumbing to the cliches, stereotypes that lead to false assumptions. Because there must be an intentional interruption of our impulses to rationalize, in some cases even admire away what we don't understand. And the admiration piece is the interesting piece. You know, those people give you the false compliments. Oh my God, you're so different from the rest of them. Why? What's the rest of them like? You know those admiration compliments that is fear because people don't want to ask and understand the differences that lies within all of us. So it's crucial to recognize that appreciation and understanding are intentional acts. You have to take a step to appreciate something or someone. You have to take a step to understand something or someone better. Appreciation and understanding are intentional acts. You must pursue and not simply presume. That's the intentional interruption that we make. Because there's a call for us. And right now, more than ever, there's a call for us as leaders from learning to intentionally interrupt the status quo, for us to go against the grain, for us to stand up and be counted. When people make accusations about what public schools should be or should not be. And if you guys don't think there's a battle brewing right now, just watch the news, because a year from now, public education could be vastly, vastly different. We must be intentional in our actions. And here's the second reason why the work is important yet challenging. It's because people have the inclination to respond to messages, even this message right now, differently, based upon their simple numeric representation in certain groups. Male versus female, black versus white, gay versus straight, rich versus poor. People respond to messages differently. I'm looking at a wonderful, beautiful picture, but I guarantee that beautiful picture have different impulses taking place right now based on the message. And so, for instance, some of you may sit here and say, it's absolutely a sense of urgency that we ensure that as a school district, we value and emphasize differences. And some of you are sitting here saying, well, it's important as a school district that we value and emphasize equality. Differences versus equality. They're not competing or contradictory positions. But if we're not careful, we'll make them to be competing in contradictory positions. And our goal as a culturally proficient organization is to act in concert and not in competition. It's not me versus you, us versus them. It's together we make a positive difference for all of our students. And ultimately, it's about fostering environments that provide students with a keen sense of significance. It's about student empowerment as leaders, as learners, and as individuals. It's imperative that we take steps to build relationships with students that yield the alpha. And I'm going to tell you a personal story. And I may have said it before to some of you. I came to this country in a year, and I'm not going to say, because the smart math people probably think, oh my God, he's only 30. Just a joke. I came to this country as a third grader. Belgrade Grove Elementary School, small little city in the neck of the woods in South Florida. The claim for fame was lettuce and sugarcane. And here I was thinking, wow, I'm going to America, and all I saw for miles and miles and miles and miles driving from the airport with sugarcane fields. Thinking, what did my father do? First day of school, all wide-eyed happy, because this is the first time I'm going to a school with running water and electricity. And had big binders. We still have big binders for kids now. How much have we changed? Excited to have loose leaf paper and pencil and pencil sharpener. Because I came from a one-room schoolhouse that we had slates and big pieces of lead that we wrote on. That was my wonderful experience. It was a great experience in Jamaica. So I was so excited to come to school and to be a student in America. Was told, hey, your classroom is out there. So I walked out there, small portable classroom, separated from the rest of the school. Day one, I sat there. Thought, wow, maybe this is a language class. I'm supposed to learn how to speak a new language. Because every kid in the class spoke a different language, including the teacher. Day two, same thing. Day three, I sat there for 3 days like this. And I'm thinking, this American education thing is kind of interesting. Don't understand what the people are saying, but maybe I will. Day four, talking about relationships here. I'm at a water fountain drinking water. This teacher, you know, when you're 3, even when a teacher is 25, they look like they're 65. This teacher, hey you! Me being me, don't want to look, petrified. She must be talking to me. Hey you at the water fountain! Oh my God, now water's coming down my shirt. I turn around and this lady, Mrs. Campbell, she looked like she was about 65. In reality, she's probably about 40. How old are you? I'm like my son Eric now, who doesn't speak to anyone. And some of you have Eric know what I'm talking about. You look about 8 years old. Why aren't you in my class? Come here, by the ear. Drag me. I'm wondering, okay, I would go with you, have to drag me by my ear. Dragged me to the office. And like most elementary schools, we don't have a lot of male teachers. We didn't have a lot of male teachers then. We still don't have a lot of male teachers now. And the only male teacher in the elementary school was this big burly guy who was a phys ed teacher, who was also a dean of students. And I grew up in a day where corporal punishment was real. And on his desk was a big old paddle called Betsy. Why do you have to name the paddle? And I'm thinking, what did I do to deserve this? All I did for 3 days was this. And she said, Lockett, why is that boy in that classroom out there? That out there resonated with me. Out there, like this place where you put the what's that show where you, the toys that, dysfunctional toys. Exactly, you guys know what I'm talking about. The out there. There was just something about out there that just didn't sit right. And Mr. Lockett said, that boy's from Jamaica. They don't speak English in Jamaica. And Mrs. Campbell said, Lockett, you're dumber than I thought. That relationship with that teacher literally saved my life. Because from that relationship, I now had a great appreciation of what the U.S. public education system was all about. That this little boy from middle of nowhere Jamaica, who's now in the middle of nowhere South Florida, can be here in front of you as your superintendent. It's because someone took the intentional act to interrupt the status quo, to make a difference. I share that personal story because all of you have that same personal story somewhere. Either it happened to you or you have done it for someone else. And if you haven't, if you live long enough, you will. And so the point of this whole thing is that the credibility that you hold and we hold as educators in terms of forming trusting relationships, of being competent, being dynamic, and being equitable in our treatment of students, make a huge difference in their learning and success. A huge difference by the credibility we bring to the table as educators, by our willingness to form trusting relationships with our students. Dr. Wood shared some interesting data with me a couple weeks ago. She was reading a book. We both went to a conference, and she went to the session, and like normal, she paid a lot more attention than I did. And she had all these notes, like, oh my God, here's this, here's that, and I'm on the train coming back. And I'm thinking, oh, I just want to take a nap. And she's telling me all this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I just want to take a nap. In my mind, I'm saying that, of course, but I'm going to pretend like I'm very attentive. Because if you ever come around Elizabeth, you know you have to pretend like you'll be very attentive. And so she shared these things with me, and it was almost an epiphany. Because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about my speech and thinking about this whole notion of trust and relationship. And the research that she shared with me, it was literally aligned with what I was thinking about. Conceptually and ideologically, I was there. But now I had research to support what I was thinking about. And the research talks about that teachers who don't destroy relationships when they're problematic behaviors with students make a positive difference. What I mean by that, the law says as parents, as teachers, we must act like reasonable parents would. A reasonable parent, and trust me, I have 3 kids, and on the surface, outside, people think they're wonderful. But at home, guess what? I may not be such a reasonable parent. But regardless of the problematic behaviors, I still have to love my kids. Regardless of the problematic behaviors kids have in school, we still have to find a way for them to find success. That's part of the credibility. Teachers who don't single out certain students to make an example of them. Give you another personal story. Eric, most of you, I know my kids, God bless, they're not here. And Eric is graduating now, so he doesn't mind if I call his name in public. Eric, Oliver was a big football kid. And so I used to drag Eric as a 5-year-old to football practices for Oliver. And so finally I thought, if I get Eric to play, it makes life easier because otherwise I'm trying to coach these little kids in junior painting and trying to keep an eye on Eric on the side. And so if I get him to play, life is easier for me. And so one of the coaches said, hey, he could be on a little flag team where they wear the big old helmets that got aliens and running around. And so I thought, wow, this is wonderful. So Eric joined the flag team, and I'm over there now. He's occupied. I don't have to worry about it. And so one day I'm sitting there watching, and I looked at the other team. Where's my kid? Where the heck is Eric? And I look on the side, I see this kid, this thing balled up. I'm thinking, what the heck is going on? So I walked over to my kid. Yes, Tom, sorry. Is that your phone? Oh, somebody in the back. I walked over, and so, Eric, what's going on, kid? A parent walked over to me and said, oh my God, Dr. Robinson, you can't believe what just happened. And I said, what happened? Well, the coach wanted to use your son as an example of what not to do. Oh, you guys can imagine my, much to my chagrin, I completely lost it, forgot that I was superintendent of schools, and walked over to this coach and said, really? You using my son as an example of what not to do as a 5-year-old? Even if it was a 15-year-old, even if it was a 25-year-old. We use kids as examples of what not to do. How do you think that kid feels? The impact is, from that day, my kid never played another sport. Sad, but you know what? He also found his love of art. That's the other side to that coin. And I say that because, you know what? As teachers, as educators, We can't single out kids for their differences. We need to embrace their differences. And we know that when we create respectful relationships with our students, it makes a huge difference in their learning. And we can't create this respectful relationship with our students without knowing our students. Because appreciation and understanding are intentional acts. So the point here, and there's a great Nobel laureate, Elie Wiesel. Some of you probably heard of him. Unfortunately, just passed away just recently. He said something that I thought was most profound. And he said that the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifference. Think about that for a second. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifference. When we are indifferent to our kids and see them almost as invisible, they know it. They know it. When we build credible relationships with them, they also know it. When we understand them, take the time to understand them and appreciate them, they become more confident as individuals, more confident as learners. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifferent. So as a system, we cannot engage in what I call this blatant neutrality of I don't see differences. That blatant neutrality. We must continue to work to become more culturally competent and responsive in order to foster and sustain trusted relationships with our students. Because the bottom line is this: we're all on a personal journey. We're all on a personal journey. Some people on a journey to become stronger, some people on a journey to become more wiser. We're all on a personal journey at different points. Our journey here at Shen, as leaders for learning here at Shen, and let me clarify that. Leaders for learning doesn't mean people who are only in the classroom or people in administrative positions. Leaders for learning means everyone and anyone who interact with the system to provide and support services to our students. As leaders for learning here at Shen, our pursuit is about culturally proficient, to understand and be able to better support the respective needs of our students. And that's hard work. That's challenging work. But that's the most important work. Because at the end of the day, all of us, we're here right now because someone made a difference in our lives. We're here right now because someone made a difference in our lives. And we're the someone for all the wonderful kids who walk through our halls and sit in our classrooms. So please understand this, that this pursuit of cultural proficiency is not a journey of blame or a journey of apology. I don't want anyone to feel bad about anything or to feel like they need to apologize for anything. I want everyone to feel that as if they're responsible to ensuring that every child feel welcome, feel appreciated, feel respected for the talents that they bring to the table. This is not a journey of blame or apology, it's a journey of responsibility. And this journey isn't about how we act at work. It's not about how we act at work. We come to work, we act responsible, then we leave here, we see someone on the street, we act, quite frankly, ignorant. It's a journey about how we act in life. How we act in life. Because we know that as we shape and we reshape our perspectives, it results in how we shape and reshape the perspective of others. It's a journey of how we act in life. And our commitment to excellence should be based on truth-telling. And I hope that the truth about Shen is that it's a place where it's a sanctuary for learning for all students. And the emphasis is all. And that's so important. So important that we have to realize that our truth here at Shen, every day for every student, that it's a sanctuary. Think about that word for a second. It's a sanctuary for all students. It only happens with us and our collective work and responsibility. So I ask each of you today to ensure that we are searching for the alpha, the positive experience for our students. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Our students rely on us to be at our very best so they can have the very best opportunities to succeed. I thank you very much for your work, and I thank you very much for your commitment. Thank you.